"You're not feeding Emma again. Do you think she's in the way?" Margaret's words struck David like a sharp arrow to the heart. In the kitchen, Ashley gripped a bottle of medication, her hands trembling slightly. Emma curled up in a chair, tears welling in her eyes. Margaret crouched to meet Emma's gaze, her voice calm. "Tell Grandma what happened," Emma whispered. "Ashley, Mama said I'm unnecessary." David froze, his face turning pale, unable to speak through the lump in his throat. Ashley snapped defensively. "That's not true. I've been good to Emma." Margaret's eyes went cold. In that moment she made a decision. She would protect her granddaughter and expose Ashley's true nature. From that day forward, Margaret's world centered on a single goal: protect Emma while collecting evidence against Ashley. She arranged for Emma to stay at her house, observing every detail: meals, moods, sleep patterns, even Ashley's actions when no one was watching. Margaret took photos, wrote notes, documenting every abnormality to serve as evidence for revealing the truth. Whenever Emma quietly spoke, Margaret would gently stroke her little hand. "Grandma's here. You don't need to be afraid." She noticed Emma's nervous glances and slight trembling whenever Ashley appeared, clear signs that the child felt unsafe at home. Margaret even arranged a psychologist for Emma, giving her a safe space to express her suppressed emotions. On weekends, Margaret created normal scenarios: making batter, planting flowers, playing with water in the yard. She observed Emma's reactions while teaching her to articulate discomfort. Margaret noticed that Emma would glance at the door before playing happily, checking for safety first. Each moment of security was a silent act of defiance against Ashley's cruel behavior. Margaret decided to confront David directly. Calmly she presented all the evidence: photos, notes, and Emma's accounts. For the first time, David fully realized his past negligence. Tears mixed with guilt and regret. Margaret didn't scold him. She simply said firmly, "From now on I will protect Emma until you become her guardian again." Margaret's protection was not just care. It was strategic revenge. She seized every opportunity to keep Emma away from Ashley while preserving evidence. Every photo, every observation, every account from Emma became leverage against Ashley. In the kitchen, in the garden, even while Emma slept, Margaret quietly recorded and analyzed. She was calm, precise, and methodical, driven by protection and exposure, never impulse. On weekends, Margaret arranged family activities: baking cakes, planting flowers, playing with water. At first Emma hesitated, sitting aside with uncertain eyes. Margaret knelt and held her hand. "You can tell Grandma the truth. Anything you feel, you can tell me." Emma nodded gently. "Tyler broke my toy and Ashley said it was my fault." Margaret's chest tightened. She noticed tiny scratches on Emma's arms and back. "You didn't do anything wrong. Grandma is here to protect you." Emma looked up, a flicker of hope in her eyes. A few days later, Margaret invited David over. She spoke calmly but firmly. "Sit down, I need to tell you something important." She handed him the photos, explaining Emma's experiences in detail. David's hands trembled. This can't be Ashley. She loves Emma." Margaret's voice remained steady. "She only shows her true face when you're not around." Tears welled in David's eyes. For the first time he felt powerless and guilty. Emma stood nearby, slightly retreating, her eyes silently pleading for help. I didn't protect you, Emma," David choked out. That night Margaret had Emma stay over to ensure her safety. The next day David called Margaret. "I talked to Ashley. She agreed to a divorce. Emma will live with me." Margaret hugged Emma tightly, whispering, "From today on you don't have to take those pills anymore. You don't have to be afraid." Emma smiled, a smile long absent. "Grandma, I don't have to take the medicine anymore." Margaret nodded softly. "No, you're safe now." Margaret didn't relax immediately. She continued to monitor Emma's life. She guided David on how to interact with Emma, observed subtle changes, and encouraged Emma to express her feelings and needs. Under Margaret's careful guidance, Emma gradually regained her appetite, stopped waking at night in tears, and smiled more often. During the divorce, Ashley's attitude shifted abruptly. She initially demanded Emma live with her alongside Tyler, but confronted with Margaret's abuse evidence, she could only take Tyler and leave in humiliation. Margaret calmly documented the process. Every legal step became revenge against Ashley's cruelty. No arguments, no conflict, just evidence and action. Over time, Emma flourished under Margaret and David's care. Margaret frequently played with her in the yard, doing crafts and planting flowers, noting every smile, every step of growth. Emma cheered in the water, carefully planted seeds in the garden. Her eyes sparkled with true joy. David gradually changed as well, actively participating in school activities and daily life, making up for past neglect, becoming Emma's reliable father. A year later on Christmas, Emma exclaimed, "Just like I told Santa." Under the tree lay the books and swimsuit she wanted. "Grandma, next summer I'm going to swim in your pool so many times." Margaret watched her granddaughter's radiant sun-like smile, gently holding her little hand. "No problem, Emma. Your home is always here." Margaret understood that protection and revenge didn't require dramatic measures. Only calm observation, meticulous attention, and documentation to let the truth emerge, letting malicious actions reap their own consequences. After Ashley left, David and Emma's life gradually returned to peace, while Margaret silently guarded them, demonstrating the true meaning of family through action. In the end, Emma grew up surrounded by love. Her father became a strong protector again, and Ashley, once cruel and harmful, was left with nothing but regret and irreparable solitude.